Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are unpacking the number 3 with the numerology, and make sure that you stick around till the end of this video. It won't be too long because I want to tell you what happens if you have two number 3s in your date of birth. It's super important. Okay, so if you have the number 3 in your date of birth, and this can mean that it's your destiny number, this can just be having any number 3 in your entire date of birth. This video is going to apply to you. So having a number 3 makes you happy. It makes you optimistic and expansive. It makes you like a guru. And I don't mean in terms of a spiritual guru necessarily. It just means that people come to you in your life because they see you as an advisor and someone that is very trustworthy. So your friends and family are always going to be coming to you, for problems or for help on how to be guided. You're very accepting of everybody, right? You are an incredibly unjudgmental person if you have a number 3. Family is very important to you. And even though people come to you for help, you actually don't make any big decisions in your life without, consulting those closest to you as well. Justice is very important, being fair, having high values, a very strong moral compass. And remember, this is just if you have any number 3 in your date of birth. Also, you're highly creative and there's like a creative fire that is within you. But here is the caveat, and I'm going to show you how to do this through something called the Vedic Grid, because I want you to see if you have 2 number 3s or more than 1 3. And there's a certain way to do this. I'm going to show you really quickly. You can write out all the numbers, but I advise doing the Vedic Grid because you can kind of see more what's happening. Let's take an example date of birth. Let's do August 30th, 1981. So the 8th month of the year is August. The 8 will always go here. Always follow the pattern. The 30th, that is a 3. We don't ever put in a 0 into the grid. The 3 will go here. If it's a double-digit number for your date of birth, always put the 2 numbers. Like if it's the 21st, always put in a 2 and the 1, and then always add that double digit up together and put in the 3rd number as well. And then if you're born on the 10th, 20th, or 30th of the month, only put that number in once. The same if it's a single digit, only put it in once. Then let's go to the year 1981. We never put in the first 2 numbers of the century, only the last 2. So an 8 will go here as well as a 1. The final number you have to put in is the destiny number. That's all the numbers in the date of birth added up down to 1 condensed number. And this time for the destiny, do use all 4 digits for the year. This person's destiny is a 3. And so now what happens? There's 2 3s. And so this is going to fundamentally change what the 3 is doing in your life. And so while you still will, be well liked and be social and have this very expansive personality, your moral compass can change based on how you see fit. So be very careful if you have 2 3s, right? Don't get down on yourself and think, oh no, I have 2 3s, I'm not a good person. No, we're all here to evolve. The numbers that we come in with our date of birth are just kind of, think of them as like a starting off point for what you're meant to be doing in your life, and you're meant to evolve past the challenges. So with 2 3s, your moral compass can sway depending on what you find is important. Also, there can be family problems if you have 2 number 3s, either in your early childhood, that is usually where it stems, but also it can happen in your adult life. So be on the lookout for that. You can also be very optimistic and outgoing as if you only had 1 3, but when you have 2 3s in this grid here, you can become too optimistic to the point where you're losing touch with what's actually happening, or you can be so optimistic that you're not seeing that maybe it's time to stop and redirect yourself. You can be generous towards the wrong people, to where people can take advantage of you. So you need to be really careful if you have 2 3s in your date of birth. Your creativity can still be high, but you can have a hard time channeling it. So if you have these 2 3s in your date of birth, really be on the lookout for these things. And the main thing is just don't let your moral compass sway. And this can even be for a good cause, right? You may find you need to maybe lie or cheat a little bit because it's for, a higher purpose that is good, but you can't do this. You need to stay the course and not do something immoral in the name of something higher. And then again, just be careful of being charitable and that you're not taken advantage of. And so again, this double 3 can cause family problems. Just find ways through, other aspects within your Vedic grid here to try to minimize those problems. And if you're a young person, or you remember, having a difficult family life when you were young, you need to try to rise above those challenges and not let them come in with you, and determine, how you're able to guide people and share your knowledge in later years, because people with number 3 are very knowledgeable. And so that is super important. And then again, one of the challenges with 2 3s is that people can, they like to have fun when they're multiple 3s. Just don't let this go overboard, and don't let your excitement and kind of zest for life get to the point where you're indulging too much, or you are you're being too loud and rowdy, because that can be a problem as well. Oh, the other thing that I forgot to mention with 3s, and this can either be with multiple 3s or a single 3, is that because you are seen as an advisor, you are often put into a role of especially if you're in the business world, you're put into this higher role where you're guiding others and acting as a mentor, and you're kind of thrown into these leadership roles within business, even if that is not how you feel in your heart, just because, again, people do see you as an advisor. And so while it's always an honor to be put into these high leadership roles, because you see the higher purpose in life, sometimes that can conflict with having to work hard, because you're being thrust into these, leadership roles with knowing that there's more. And so really balance that, especially if you have multiple 3s. And one way to do this would be, for instance, to go mentor, other people or kids that are needing guidance, and that will kind of recalibrate you to find that higher purpose. So thank you so much for watching. Please let me know if you have 1 3 or multiple 3s in your date of birth and how that has influenced you. I'll see you on the next video. Bye.